Hello, everybody, and welcome back. This is your tropical update for June 24th. We are once again watching the Invest located now in the Atlantic, or I should have said in the Atlantic, now in Invest is a better way to word it. The area of interest there, very strong tropical wave moving off the coast of Africa, favorable development ahead of it, conditions. An area of interest moving into the Eastern Pacific now. We probably won't talk about it because it's not of huge concern to land, because it should just move off and away, kind of like Celia is doing, which is now a severe tropical storm, almost a hurricane, and probably will be tomorrow. Here's 94L looking pretty good today. A lot of convection associated with it. Obviously, not looking like a tropical cyclone does yet, and that's expected. It's still very early in its formation process. 20% chance of formation in 48 hours, 60% in the next 5 days. Wind speed currently 25 miles an hour on this thing. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. We could see some impacts again to the Leeward Islands, Trinidad and Tobago come this weekend or early next week into the middle of next week when it could be in the Caribbean Sea. So that's kind of what we're looking at with 94L right now. And those are our main concerns. We have a little bit of everything that you would expect with a tropical threat heading in that direction. Of note, some models are very bullish on this. And I won't show you guys any of those today because we don't need to hype anything up. But just something to be aware of with the favorable development ahead of this storm. If we look at the GFS model, we have a few things to note. One, if the storm gets stronger earlier, so say it becomes a tropical storm and it's still well away from the Leeward Islands, there's a chance it jogs up to the north. And we see that here. The stronger tropical cyclones go to the north, the weaker ones stay south near Venezuela. And that's the norm, and I'll probably bring that up several times throughout the hurricane season. The weak storms stay south, the strong storms stay north. That's just kind of how it is. So be aware of that. That is the main thing. A range of solutions. Almost all the models have this developed to some extent. Just a matter of how exactly it develops. So stay tuned. We'll see what happens. The European model is pretty consistent in terms of what happens. It keeps everything tightly clustered between Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago, the center of the storm at least. And it's a tropical wave. These storms usually can get to pretty decent size, especially when nothing's sucking moisture away from them. So area, of course, outside of the center still expected to have impacts there. What happens after this is a week from now. This is next Friday, or I guess next Thursday night, but about next Friday. It could be in the middle of the Caribbean, and from there, who knows? It could continue through the Caribbean, go to the Eastern Caribbean, potentially the Gulf. It could go up to one of the Greater Antilles. It kind of depends on where that high pressure tracks. Again, as I've mentioned the past few times, this orange and red, if I had the map up further, the orange and red there is the high pressure. It kind of depends where that is. If the storm gets a gap to shoot north, all of that is something that we're going to have to iron out with time. But the good thing is we have time. We have 5 days or so till it would even reach the Leeward Islands. And that means at least 10 days till any potential U.S. impacts occur due to this. So lots of time. Time is in our favor with Invest 94L. But it's definitely something we're going to keep an eye on, and definitely something that could have land impacts. So we will keep an eye on all that. That's all for now. Chris 694 with our Catholic Media.